Do I want to invest in this area of my life? It's changed the way I've spent money. It enriches my life. And I'll tell you, it's grown my finances exponentially. We want to be aware of where our money is going, but it's not about, oh, let me put the bootstraps on and tighten the belt. But there's power in awareness of where my money's going, because then you start to see, what am I spending a lot of money on? I had, someone do this and found out she was spending $1,500 a month on beauty products for her face. And she got to the point where, that was kind of ridiculous. There you might find that you're putting all your money is going to eating out. And really, you're like, I throw away half the stuff when I go eat out. Let me just be more aware of that. You might spend all your money on groceries and never eat at home. You might spend a ton of money on clothes and you've got a closet full of clothes with price tags still on them. So there's power in awareness. And not that I'm asking you to budget, but I'm asking you to be aware so that you can make different decisions. Because I know when I started doing this, I used to spend money nilly-willy. And when I started to do this, I started to pay more attention to where my money was going. And I asked myself, is this worth does this provide enough value to warrant this amount of money for me? And the step beyond that was, I require that if I put out $1, I need to get $10 back. That's my intention. Every time I invest, and to me, everything's an investment. If I invest $1 on this item of clothing, I expect $10 back, meaning in clients, in bonuses, in abundance, in love, in whatever it is that can come back. I require that every dollar I spend has value that equals 10 times that. So it's changed the way I've spent money. It's changed the way I've spent money. And I know clients who do this regularly start to look at, I'm throwing a lot of, I've been paying cable and I haven't turned my TV on in a year. Why are you spending $85 a month on cable? Just go ahead and cancel it. And so those little things. And again, it's not about penny pinching. I don't believe in the whole Susie Orman, like, don't go to Starbucks. Because to me, I love Starbucks and I don't do it every day, but to me, that's kind of my treat. It makes me feel good. And if I feel good, I attract more abundance. So to me, that value pays me back in dividends exponentially, actually. So it's about making a different decision. And I know last time I shared James Malinchek's story about the secret millionaire. He actually shared another story with me. He said, he had a rich uncle, actually it was a cousin, who's doing really well, and kind of took him in as a mentor when he was like in his teens, like 18, 19 years old. And he told me, there's one time his uncle took him to New York. And they had just seen a show, they just had dinner, and they're walking down the street, and he's talking to, James about investments and, and this is the stock market, and this is how you grow your income. And this is, so he's giving him all this financial advice. He's like, and they're walking and talking. And then there's a chocolate shop, and he's like, oh, his cousin's like, let's go in here. I want to buy a piece of chocolate. And his cousin was like, again, multimillionaire. So they go into this chocolate shop, and and he's still talking to James, and he tells the lady, oh, I'd like one of those chocolate turtles over there. And so, lady's packing it up, and they're still talking. And then the lady's like, it'll be $1.75. And his cousin stops mid-sentence, and he turns, and he's all, excuse me? And the lady's like, that'll be $1.75. And his cousin's like, oh, no, thank you. And he walks out, and he's going back, stock market, and, this is how you make money. And this is how, so they're walking. And James is sitting there like, floored, but he's still listening. So it took him about 2 blocks. And at 2 blocks, he's like, whoa, can we just stop for a second? Like, what just happened back there? Like, you clearly can afford a $1.75 piece of chocolate. You've got millions. What just happened? And he's like, this is what you need to know. I work really hard for my money. And to me, that chocolate was not worth $1.75. He's like, I refuse to throw my money away. And so it was such a beautiful lesson of, when you look at really wealthy people, they don't throw their money away. They do not throw their money away. They buy quality. They may spend $10,000 on something, and they're happy to do that because it provides value for them that's worth 10,000, but they're not going to provide, spend, 1,000 here and 1,000 there, 100 here and 100 there. I had a friend who started flying first class, and her husband booked a flight one time that wasn't first class. And so she's having to take the long line and having to go through, just all the stress and she was sitting in line for a long time, had to go through some hassle at the desk, and then the security because they didn't do the fast lane and all this stuff, and they had to wait, and then they had to worry about their luggage and finding a spot. And she's like, and again, her husband had done this because she was used to flying first class. And she made a point to say, all that stress and the extra time and the anxiousness and the discomfort that I experienced, like, I don't, to me, saving a few dollars is not worth it. She's willing to put the extra money to give herself that care. And so, and she has it. So I'm not saying, spend money you don't have, but understand that everything has to provide value for you. So when you look at where your money's going, then you ask yourself, okay, do I want to invest in this area of my life? I'll tell you, most of my money goes to travel and personal development, and I'm happy to invest in travel and personal development because it enriches my life. And I'll tell you, it's grown my finances exponentially. Every trip, especially the luxury trips, I'm looking at, I don't know if you guys have seen that beautiful home that I stay in Puerto Vallarta. I'm looking at another stay, and I want to invite you guys to it in December. And the first time I stayed there, having a staff that is there at your beck and call, that takes care of you, oh, you want a massage? Let's go by the beach and, put the massage table. Oh, you want a drink at 10 in the morning? Makes me a pina colada. I mean, just, oh, you want some guacamole and quesadilla? The chef just makes it right then and there for you. Like, to have that level of self-care, I tell you, I made more money that year after that vacation than I had made ever in my life. And it's because it up-leveled me. So I spend money on travel and personal development because I'm constantly learning, I'm constantly growing. I have to, because I want to lift you guys up. I want all of us to continue to lift, which requires me to continue to grow.